Hello everyone, it is Mike here and welcome to another Royal Rumble. It is going to be a great one. It is going to be horror movie characters versus action stars. And Blade is going to count as action in this situation. He's kind of the one that had a kind of a crossover. But all the people from the horror genre are going to be villains. I know Blade's technically in that type of genre, but he is an action star. So we're going to have like iconic action characters. So Blade would be one in my opinion. I did have to get a little creative here. With Blade was kind of a last minute pick because I already had him too. But anyway, we're about to see who's going to be number 2 here. So 15 action characters and 15 horror villains. And number 2 is RoboCop, so he's going to fit in that action category. So when I talk about action characters that are big, like Rambo, RoboCop, yeah, those kind of guys. And we're going to also have some females in there too on both sides. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And you guys are going to love some of the females I picked because they're definitely big action characters. It's not just males for this. So we're kicking things off with 2 on this side though. So Blade versus RoboCop is our kickoff, and hopefully it evens out and we get to see some of these matchups, which would be really cool. But yeah, I have a funny one for the kind of a matchup I have for Bride of Frankenstein. I got another bride on the action stars. I think you all know who I'm talking about if you know your movies. So we'll see who number 3 is. And number 3 is Rocky Balboa. So another action character here. So not a good start for this team. And Rocky with a knee to the head on Blade. And look at the double team on Rocky. And Rocky Balboa feeling some punches. And look at Blade. Oh my goodness. Number 4, we got Leatherface. So finally, someone from the horror genre is here. Leatherface in the house. And he is definitely one of the toughest that we have. And I mix up the genre. Sometimes I put Universal. We're gonna have a lot. I think we're gonna have quite a few Universal monsters in this one. I switch it up though. Sometimes I switch it up. Like sometimes I put in more slasher related. Sometimes I do more clown related. It varies. And number 5 is the Terminator. I wanted him to be a little bit bigger, but yeah, we had to have Arnold. Arnold is an action star. We could have went with Conan. That was a possibility. But I just went ahead and went with Terminator. We could have went with Dutch from Predator. I think his name's Dutch. Or Butch. Is it Dutch or Butch? I always forget that. Or we could have went with Commando also. But I went ahead and went with Terminator. Stallone is going to have 2 people in this. Number 6 is David from the Lost Boys. Now, the reason I did this is because I wanted Blade versus David, the vampire. So I definitely wanted to when I put Blade in there, I was like, we have to have David. And hopefully they get to fight one another. But, I mean, their paths may cross here. I mean, they're in the same ring. But we'll see. That would be cool, seeing that fight. I have to get up a little bit. I've been sitting all day doing these rumbles and episodes. And number 7 is Obi-Wan Kenobi. I know, Obi-Wan. Why is Obi-Wan here? Well, I could have went with Luke Skywalker, but, Obi-Wan, the problem with Luke Skywalker, and it's not fair, is that when you compare the two, Obi-Wan and Luke Skywalker, when you compare the prequels and the originals, the prequels have better choreography with lightsabers. So I feel like Obi-Wan is more like an action one than Luke Skywalker is. I know Luke Skywalker's probably more iconic, but Obi-Wan has had more to do. If you count the prequels, he's been in more movies than Luke has, I think. Well, maybe about the same. Because Luke's been in, well, if you count The Last Jedi, I don't count that garbage. But anyway. And Leatherface getting dropped there. Oh, we also have Dracula here, I think. Yeah, Dracula. So Blade, you got two vampires to stake. And yes, Blade gets David. Yes, that's awesome. That's awesome. Blade got David. And RoboCop gets the Terminator. Wow. So that's cool. Dracula's done too, so Blade's doing a good job. Definitely the one to beat here. And we got Ghostface here too. Look at Blade and Leatherface. Look at RoboCop here. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh man. Oh, and a spear by Ghostface. And they're going to just keep on coming. They are. And RoboCop's been eliminated. And number 10 is John McClane. John McClane coming in at number 10. So Die Hard is here. Of course, it is a Christmas movie. It's not a Halloween movie. It's a Christmas movie. But John McClane is in the house. Yippee-ki-yay. I'm not going to say the rest. But Blade's Blade's doing a good job. And of course, Leatherface could really do some damage in these rumbles. We've seen it before. And we'll see who's coming in next. And number 11 is John Wick. So we got another action character here. Yeah, just a reminder, if you're just tuning in, we're counting Blade as an action character. And Blade with another elimination as he continues to go after the horror genre. Look at John Wick here. And I hope we get a 1v1 at the end with the horror genre versus action character. I want to see it. I don't know if we'll get it or not. But and number 12 is Neo. So Keanu's got 2. Stallone's got 2. I should have just put in 2 for Arnold. Neo's so iconic from the first movie. The second movie's good. But the third movie's horrible, and that fourth movie doesn't even exist. I don't even remember. It's like a movie you watch and then you get amnesia. That's how bad it was. And number 13 is Ripley. Yes. Yeah, we're going to have some females in this. 3, I think, for both sides. I think both sides is going to get 3. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think I made it even. So, but we got Ripley from the Alien franchise. Of course, that could be, the first one's a horror movie, but a lot of them are science fiction. Oh my goodness, Blade continues. And he's up to 14 now. Wow. And Ripley didn't last long. We got Art the Clown at number 14. Blade is just getting rid of everyone in his path. And number 15 is the Wolfman. '15 is the Wolfman. So, yeah, a lot of Universal here, it looks like. I know I at least have 3 Universals in here. I didn't put Creature in. I don't think I put Invisible Man in either. I think I just have 3 for this one. The Creature one I like, but it kind of, like, if you look close of it enough, it looks like the 8 mask that they're using. So that can be a little distracting, I think. But, I mean, the best one I've seen is the one I think they did in 22 or 23. And number 16, we got John Rambo in the house. Yeah, Rambo. I love those movies. I love all those movies. 4's a little too dark. Okay? 4 is like a Terrifier in the Rambo franchise. 4 is way too dark and way too unnecessary. It's almost like, it kind of reminds me like the writer. I don't know who the writer is or anything about him, but I feel like the writer had someone in his family that was a missionary and they got killed, and he wanted to make a movie about revenging their death. I really honestly do, because that movie is just insane, and it's kind of rough at parts. And we got Black Phone here, Ethan Hawke in the house. We got Art versus Rambo. We got Neo versus Ethan Hawke from Black Phone. I mean, that's some pretty good matchups we're getting. And number 18 is Jason Voorhees. Of course, you have to have Jason. And I did recently, and I do these videos ahead of time, but you might see this recently when I do it, because I'm trying to drop all these in October. But I did recently see the Friday the 13th in 3D at the theater. And that was an incredible experience. Incredible experience. If you ever get an opportunity to do that, do it. But I will tell you, the parts where people are dying weren't as good as some of the funny parts in the movie. Like, some of the basic stuff in 3D was so fun. And we got James Bond here, which is Daniel Craig. You guys wonder why is it Daniel Craig? Because he's the best one. Sorry. Hate to offend, but I'm going to. I know some people love Roger Moore and Pierce Bronson and Sean Connery, but sorry. Daniel Craig is my Bond. Will always be my Bond. That sounds real weird, saying it like that. And there's the Bride at 20. So we got Kill Bill. Bride from Kill Bill. So, of course, we had to have Uma Thurman. Which I think Maya Hawke, that's her daughter, right? I know Uma and Ethan Hawke were together. I think that's their daughter. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they're reunited as their characters. It's the Bride and the Black Phone. The Grabber is what they call him. The horrible name. And at the time I'm doing this, the Black Phone 2 is coming out this coming weekend. So, I am going to see that. That looks good. The first movie's okay. There's some parts in the movie that irritate me really bad in the first movie. There's some really cool scenes too. So it's probably like a 7 out of 10 for me. But there is some really good ideas in it. There's also some horrible characters in it. Like the brother. I cannot stress more about the brother is one of the worst characters I've ever seen in a horror movie. The Grabber's brother. It's by far the worst, maybe one of the worst. I don't know what in the world they were thinking. It's like, that doesn't even make sense. And I really wasn't a fan of the kid's dad. Of course, I don't think you're supposed to. You're definitely not supposed to like him. I hope he's not back for number 2. But I didn't like his performance either. So who knows? What do I know about acting? Who am I to judge? I've never been an actor. I just think it just didn't feel real. I don't know. Maybe that's just my opinion. And we did lose Blade along the way, it looks like. I lost track of that. And Pinhead's 21. And Daniel Craig hanging in there, and he's still alive. And Rambo's been eliminated by John McClane. John McClane gets that elimination. And we went down to 7. The capture card says it did 1080, but it does 720. But I was like at this point, the memory has become an issue. Forget the quality of I know you guys don't care about 720, 1080. Some people don't even know what I'm talking about. But forget the quality on the difference between the two. The memory is insane for 1080. I can't even think of 4K. I don't even want to know what 4K would be. But, I mean, a Rumble, doubles in gig. If not triples sometimes in gig. Comparing to, and some of the episodes are insane. I'll do an episode, and it's 4 gig in 720 or something. And it'll be 12 gig in 1080. That's a lot of memory. You know, and I want to save my stuff, but I've done over 2,000 videos, so I don't have all my stuff backed up. I only have the stuff that means a lot to me, like the old stuff. But I do need to work on backing some stuff up. That's something I'm gonna do when I have some time off, maybe. I always forget about it. It's not that I don't want to do it. It's just I forget about it all the time. And I don't rewatch a lot of my stuff. I don't. There's certain episodes I love that I'll go back to every once in a while, but I don't rewatch a lot of things I do. I don't. Oh wow, the bride. And yes, Ethan versus Uma. Let's go. Let's go. And 23 is the Bride of Frankenstein. All right. I don't know if they're still together or not. I don't think they are. But that's funny, seeing a couple fight. But when we first started 25, I did Seth Rollins versus Becky Lynch. It's the first thing I did, just to be a jerk. So, and we got the Bride versus the Bride now. And number 24 is Pamela Voorhees at 24. So Jason's mother is here. And look, oh my goodness, the Bride of Frankenstein. And oh, there goes the black phone. Ethan Hawke, the grabber is done. And 25 is Megan. Megan at 25. So I think we've had all of our horror women in. They're currently in all right now. So all of them are in at once. So that's pretty cool. And Art the Clown and the Bride are fighting. Oh, I would love to see that. I would love to. And you can only see it on this channel, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet. And oh my goodness, the Bride is holding her down. The Bride has become Vicky. So, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that new Bride movie. I think the girl that plays the Bride looks great, and I'm a big fan of Christian Bale, and we got Frank Dukes here, 26 from Bloodsport. I'm a big Bale fan. I'm a big Christian Bale fan. He's my favorite Batman. The Dark Knight's my favorite movie. I don't know about this role for him though. This movie looks really unique, and I kind of saw what it was rated for. It doesn't have really bad violence, so I'm kind of concerned there. I thought it was going to be like a gore fest too. So I don't know. I mean, that doesn't always make the movie, but in this kind of movie, I feel like it would benefit the blood. I think it's rated R for violent content, which is enough to get an R. It's still, but it's not like some of the other rating systems. So I'm kind of we'll see what happens. And number 27 is Freddy Krueger. But the girl, I think her name's Jessie Buckley, plays the Bride. She looks awesome. She looks awesome. I still wish they would do more stuff to make them look even crazier. They don't look that crazy. They look like a Bonnie and Clyde version of the Frankenstein Bride. It's going to be interesting, and the trailer's cool. I really like the music in the trailer and some of the shots. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm on board with the Bride yet or not, but I hope it's good. I really do. I know it's kind of like a human version of them. So I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'll have to see. I'm going to give the movie a chance. I'm definitely going to go see it. And Pamela hanging on there. We lost Art. And Megan going after Pamela. Pamela with a nice counter there. And the Bride eliminates the Bride. What is the odds? Some of these matchups actually came through. Like the Bride and Blade and David. That is just incredible. The odds of that happening is very slim. There goes Pamela Voorhees. Michael Myers takes care of Jason's mom. So Frank Dukes. It's the only one I see in this ring that's an action star. And there goes the Bride of Frankenstein. And she's been eliminated, but we still have some more people left. So I don't know who's all left. I'm trying to think. Oh, we still have... Okay, we're at 28 now. So we got Sarah Connor. She's part of the action stars too. John Connor's mother from the Terminator series. I like Sarah Connor. I love the first Terminator movie better. I know everyone says Judgment Day is the best. And the action is incredible in Judgment Day, but I love the first movie better. I like the story in the first movie. The second one is a good story too, but I like Arnold as a bad guy, not a good guy. I like him as a bad guy, so. And 29 is Indiana Jones. Okay. So, I mean, we could have used Deckard, I think, would also work in this action character thing. And Frank Dukes, man. The Kumite. The Kumite is here. Oh, my. Oh, come on, Frank. That was not Kumite, though. That was definitely not Kumite. I love Bloodsport. Bloodsport's like one of my top movies now. It's not a great movie though, but I love it so much. It's like my underworld movie. I love it. And we got Frankenstein here. So Not looking good for the Action Stars still. I mean, well, no, not necessarily. Actually, it's the other way around. My bad. We got Frankenstein and Myers are the only two left on the Horror team. So, Megan's not a giant loss, but Frankenstein coming in this late could cause some problems. But we got Indiana Jones, Sarah Connor, and Frank Dukes versus... What in the world is Frankenstein doing twerking? What in the world? That was the most frightening thing I've seen this October, is Frankenstein twerking. And Michael Myers has been eliminated by Frankenstein. So he just hurt his team big. Which he doesn't care. He's twerking even. Are you sure this is my Frankenstein? Bell better not twerk. I'll go ahead and tell you that right now. He better not. And Sarah Connor eliminated. So we are down to 3. We got Indiana Jones, we got Frank Dukes, we got Frankenstein. Three left in this Rumble. Frankenstein, it's all up to him, but I'm telling you, he's a little bit not Frankenstein. He's twerking. He's acting really funny here. Eliminated Michael Myers, which would be a big asset to this team. And yeah, he's all in it for himself. Look at him pushing these two around. And Frank Dukes not afraid. He's not afraid to take Frankenstein to the Kumite. I love that word, Kumite. But he's kind of scared of him too. That when he fights Chong Li at the end, that is so ridiculous. When he can't see and he's fighting him still. Like, come on. You gotta get out of my life with that crap. That was so ridiculous, but so funny. And I love Fight to Survive. That's one of my favorite songs. And look at Kumite that. They ain't going to be twerking again. Oh my goodness, look at that double team. Oh my. If Indiana would have knocked him out of the ring, that would have been perfect. The low blow, and then Indiana getting involved, and then not. Oh, that would have been so good. And that would have been perfect. But, Indiana Jones is in trouble. Oh, he's done. It's going to be a 1v1. Let's go. Let's go. Frank Dukes versus Frankenstein. Let's go. Oh, my goodness. What a matchup. Neither one are going to WrestleMania. I heard you could get killed at that Kumite. I just love that word. Absolutely love that word. I'm going to have to stand up. I've been sitting all day. And we're down to Frank Dukes for... Oh, my goodness. And Frank Dukes with a big kick there. And Frank Dukes. Oh, man, he almost had Frankenstein. Oh, man, missed opportunity. And what a showdown. And another low blow. He's never going to twerk again. He's not going to have kids with the bride either. Oh, my goodness. Frank Dukes. You are amazing. And what is he doing? What is Frank doing? Oh, yeah, that didn't work. That was terrible. And Frankenstein throwing Frank Dukes around. I mean, Frank's got to figure something out here. Frankenstein was number 30. And oh my goodness, he's still twerking. Those low blows didn't do anything. Those hips are still moving. And those hips don't lie, said Shakira. Imagine making Frankenstein and all he does is twerk. That'd be terrible. Oh my goodness, that is just so embarrassing. And now we're getting the cutscene. What a final showdown between these two. I couldn't ask for anything better. I couldn't. And Frankenstein eliminates Frank Dukes. Oh my goodness. I thought Frank was going to win this thing. Well, he didn't have the weight advantage for sure. Frankenstein, you're not going to WrestleMania. You're not going to twerk at WrestleMania. You hear me, you weirdo? I don't even like Frankenstein the movie. I really don't. It's just an okay film. I know it's historic for most horror fans, but I'm not a fan of it. I never have been. He's not going to WrestleMania either. He's number 30. He was twerking, which was disgusting. He's not going to WrestleMania. Okay? You're not going. It's alive! It's alive! And it's not at WrestleMania. Okay? You're not going to be alive at WrestleMania if you try to enter. I will have people, the fans will have their pitchforks ready. Okay? But anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed it. What a rumble. That was crazy. And the Team Horror wins. I'll see you all later. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See ya.